So as instructed in the pattern, we have now finished all the decreasing. As you see on the, let's have a look at the right front here, on the armhole edge, we stop decreasing here and it's quite straight going up, whereas on the neckline it's a gradual decrease all the way up. And the reverse over this side, again you've got the straight armhole from the decreases and the graduation of the decrease in the neckline. When we got to the end and it said that you had to have 13 stitches remaining, do keep counting as you go along to make sure that both sides are correct, and I do have 13 on each side, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. At the end of all the decreases it said to just work 3 rows straight. I've done that, but the best, what you have to make sure of is that, as in the body, you've got the same length of body for the fronts and the back, that you have the same length from the armhole shaping to the shoulder before you cast off, and it should match what you did on the back piece. So the best way to do that really is to do a row count. So go along to the back, lay your work out, find yourself a line from the armhole cast off, and then count your rows all the way up, and do the same on the other front. Just find yourself a line from the row, come along and then count up. Do the same on the back and they should match. I've done that, I've done the row count and they do match up. All that's left for me to do now is to cast all the stitches off. So as we did with the front, let's do that. Not too tight. What you don't want is pinched shoulders on a garment, so we'll keep it fairly loose. And what you'll do at the end is to leave a long thread so that you can sew the shoulders together, the fronts to the back. Doesn't have to be too long, just long enough. That's the left front. Let's just pull the yarn out there and do the right front. Okay. Now, because this is, well, we can either cast off along this line, or we can do 2 more rows, or 1 more row rather, and cast off purlwise, which is what we did on the back. So let's do that. Let's just knit this row, and again, so that it matches the back, we will purl the cast off, and I can show you the purl cast off once again anyway. So like I say, you can do either or, but I prefer to try and match as much as possible. Again, loose, not too loose, but certainly not tight, cast off. And then what we'll do is we'll just lay the back down and lay the fronts over. Probably will be curled up at the edges because I haven't steamed them at all. Okay, so that's your purl cast off, and again we'll pull the yarn through a bit. Needles down. Right, here's the back. front with the cast off that side. Lay it out as well as you can. And the other side. Again, lay it out. You can't see that very well, unfortunately, but when it's all steamed, when it's all put together, you'll be able to see that quite clearly. So that's the two fronts of the garment. Now I'll move on to work the sleeves, and just like the fronts, I will be working them together. You can actually see on this neckline that we have the shaping, and that will certainly be defined when we do the border, when we do the neck lining, neck edge.